Hey, I'm glad you're here. Good to see you. Let's talk a little bit about Half-Life 3 and Steam's new hardware that they announced recently. So, the Steam machine will be just a dedicated PC that's designed specifically for a very streamlined experience when it comes to playing your games via Steam. It will provide a very consistent experience. They want people to be able to use this to plug this into their living room TV, bedroom TV, and basically this would functionally serve as competition to other game consoles, dedicated home game consoles. So this is actually a huge deal. This is quite big. And I'm very interested in the Steam machine, and I'm also very interested in the Steam Frame, which is the VR solution that they will be offering, and we'll discuss that a little bit. But first, let's go ahead and talk about Half-Life 3. This is not a drill. If you have only just recently joined Planet Earth, welcome. My name is Jerrel. I am human. I'm not a clone or a duplicate or a hologram. I am human. And Half-Life 3 is a game that people have been waiting for a very long time. In the past, we have had Half-Life 1, and then the continuation of that is Half-Life 2, and people have been waiting excitedly and eagerly for Half-Life 3, but we have never had any kind of confirmation from Valve regarding Half-Life 3. And so people have turned to jokes, to humor, to assuage this sense of longing and something missing from their lives. We often use humor to try to mitigate that internal emotional pain, which is not real physical pain. It becomes real when our psychological pain manifests in a way that causes our bodies to react physically, producing hormones and chemicals that make us feel pain, even though we shouldn't. It shouldn't be real. We should not be feeling pain for not having Half-Life 3. But we do. And so what's different this time is that there are two data miners, really. I'm sure there are more that I don't know of, but there are two in particular that have a proven track record of reporting information. We have a Gabe Follower and Tyler McVicker. I'll put links if I can find their. I don't really use social media, so I'll try to link to their social media if I can find it. Tyler McVicker revealed information about Half-Life Alyx, which was a game that was launched with Steam VR, and Gabe Follow revealed information about Deadlock, which is Valve's multiplayer online battle arena game, and I'd like to discuss that and cover that in the future. But these are two data miners who have been reporting, and basically they've been saying it looks like Half-Life 3 does exist, and it has been tested. It's being tested and played internally. And they have reported on and they're data mining, right? And they're checking files from other games that use, the same engines, the same frameworks, and they are basically saying, yes, it exists. Half-Life 3 exists. However, Valve has yet to comment on this. 10 months ago, Mike Shapiro, he's a voice actor for a character you may recognize from Half-Life. I will show his teaser here on the screen now, which was quite interesting.
Another year already. Good to see and hear from so many of you. May the next quarter century deliver as many unexpected surprises as did the millenniums first. And again, time is fluid, like music. See you in the new year.
And that's quite interesting. I think that it's a little ominous and a little hopeful. So why now? Why would Steam create Half-Life 3 now? Well, they have their new hardware coming up, and it would behoove them to make sure that this launches with as much fanfare and aplomb as can be afforded. Steam really needs this to land with a positive splash to hit hard. This needs to be a critical hit for them, because unlike other console, well, I wouldn't say Steam is a console manufacturer, but they are now. But say, for example, Sony, they make a lot of money by just jacking their prices up. Microsoft, Xbox makes money by jacking the prices up on their hardware. Steam has invested in this, and or Valve, and I believe that they are going to launch us at a price point that is very competitive, which means that they probably won't make a huge profit on the hardware. It's going to be reaching more people, bringing more people into their ecosystem with their digital storefront here. That's where they're going to make their profit. So I believe they're going to make, not a huge profit margin on the hardware itself, but in order for this to pay off, they need it to hit hard. And what would allow them to hit harder than announcing and launching Half-Life 3 with this hardware? Think about this. What if Half-Life 3 launched alongside the Steam machine and it had a VR mode so you can use your Steam frame? That is how you get numbers in. So that is why things feel a little bit different this time when it comes to these rumors and people, saying, "Oh, Half-Life 3 confirmed." Valve has not themselves confirmed it, but data miners have expressed that it is a real possibility that it exists. And it makes sense. Commercially, monetarily, logically, it makes sense to launch Half-Life 3 alongside the Steam machine and the Steam frame. For me personally, I'm quite interested in the Steam machine and Steam frame. I don't have a good solution for VR. I have a Windows, HP Windows something or other, and I've used it a handful of times. The problem is all of my machines that are strong enough to run VR are dedicated for game development. I have no space on those. And so I don't have any machines that I use for gaming. I have a small GPD Win Max that I use for handheld PC gaming. I play my Steam games on there, but it's not very strong. So there's a huge portion of the Steam library that I can't play on the GPD Win Max. It's just not strong enough. And a Steam Deck would certainly, solve that issue. But something like this would be a great solution, the Steam machine. And I would like to explore VR games more, and I would do that if I had a Steam frame. And I think it looks like a fantastic solution. I'd like to discuss that at length another time in another episode. So what are your thoughts on Half-Life 3? Do you believe that this is it? Is it now? Is this no longer a drill? This is it. This is real. I'm interested in just hanging out, chatting with you guys in the comments. And now I'm going to share something that I've been working on, and I'll put that on the screen now. So thanks very much for spending some time with me today. All right, this is Sungrand Virtual Studio. This is an interactive, playable devlog. It is just a way for me to make something fun for you guys, and I can share with you the stuff that I'm working on. I can show you the progress I'm making on my games, and I can show some behind-the-scenes stuff of the games that I've already developed and shipped. You can do devlogs with videos, but I think that's boring, and I want to make something more interesting and just something much more fun for you guys. And I know a lot of you are you're waiting for the next Silver Falls, and you're waiting for my upcoming games. And this way you can explore different sets, you can interact with characters from my games. And for people who have been supporting me for a while, playing my games, or people just hang out here in the channel, I thought it would be fun if you guys could appear in the game as characters. And it's fun. It's easy to just add characters in there, but I think it'd be cool if some of you were playable, recruitable. You'll be able to recruit characters, so you'll see some characters on screen here. And this is my way of just thanking you guys for hanging out with me, for supporting my games. And I think it's so cool that you get to interact with the characters of my games that you really like, but then also you get to see yourself as a video game character, and then you get to basically build a party with you and your favorite characters. You get to take a close look at some of the creature designs that I've created, and that's one of the things I'm most passionate about, is creating monsters. Creature designs are really, that's something I really love. And I don't really get to show you the monsters up close because for horror to be effective, especially in the Silver Falls games, the monsters are often presented in a way that is obscured. So I can show you the models in daylight here, you know, and here's a couple more people that just enjoy supporting me and hanging out here at the channel here. And yeah, I think it'll be fun to let you team up with a video game character of yourself. So I'm going to update this weekly. Here's a Terran reality, and I thought this will be fun. I can feature characters from other franchises, from cartoons and video games and movies. And they can come through that Terran reality. And because this is not a paid product, this is not a commercial product, it's basically just a fan game, you know. I'm just gonna chuck a bunch of stuff. I think the fun will be come back every week. I will update this every week. I can show you the progress on my games. You can learn more about my existing games, but we can also see what cameos there will be, what characters show up from other game franchises and cartoons and shows and movies and whatnot. And yeah, here, this is something you never really get to see with Silver Falls, especially these monsters. I basically restricted them to darker areas. You never really see them in the daytime, you know, it's very rarely. And there's an optional battle mode, you know, in 3 Down Stars. You get to see them in daylight and in those areas. But yeah, you'll be able to have a party of up to, I think it's 5 characters. I think I'm going to have it just so you can, is it 4 or 5, and then run around, you know. And I'm still developing this, so I'm going to launch this within the next day or so. I'm just fine-tuning it a little bit, and you get to run around and see the devlog aspect of it. And then there will be buster zones, which allow you to battle creatures with your team of characters, and other characters will have their own abilities and weapons. So anyway, thanks for spending a bit of time with me. That's all I've got to share with you today. Take care of yourselves and be well.